Such a fucking shit just happened, goddammit. A kamikaze crashed damn right next to us, fuck.
Today I'll start with an unusual question.
Russian military experts are growing uneasy about the true state of the RF Army's successes. Assessing the staggering losses and dubious methods behind them, insiders suspect the top brass and political leadership are clueless about the grim reality unfolding on the ground.
Today I'll start with an unusual question for you. It might seem strange to someone, but I'll ask it anyway. Are we actually winning in Ukraine?
On TV? Yes. We are pushing through. Pushing through at the cost of a lot of blood. Moreover, the losses we are suffering at the level of the highest military political leadership. There is no understanding of the scale of these losses. They are being concealed. And it's very difficult for me to call what is really happening at the front, winning, the price it comes at. Overall, the way the system is fighting is a disaster. Across open fields, the Mavic captures the scene, several kilometers on foot. The first group didn't make it. The second group didn't make it. The third group didn't make it. Artillery, FPV, artillery, FPV. This information is withheld, including from the highest military political leadership. There is no accurate information at the top. I am absolutely certain. When, for example, we have a unit where the entire officer command group somehow perishes, sent into battle in an infantry fighting vehicle, for example. They went on an assault, simply one way.
The way you just described it, the first 15 minutes of our broadcast, well, kind of no words.
To fight like this is simply criminal. We don't have that kind of population. Just seeing, for example, on the training ground people, who, well, you know that in a few days, well, the overwhelming majority of them will not survive. This wild situation with the so-called motorcycle charges is happening, especially when money is collected from people for these motorcycles, for the men who have never ridden them before. And the next day, they go on the attack on them across an open field without artillery support. A very good question. Why even without artillery support? Because even if artillery works inaccurately, there is still the possibility to sweep through the same forest strips, just to batter the same antennas with shrapnel, for example, to reduce the sharpness for FPV operators, because it was reported that it's already taken, and therefore it's easy to call in artillery.
A kamikaze drone hit right near us. We tried to shoot it down, but it was useless. The walking tractor's out. Another example of Russian soldiers using advanced equipment at the front line. A walking tractor with a trailer.
Such a fucking shit just happened, goddammit. A kamikaze crashed damn right next to us, fuck. The walking tractor is done for. They worked on it, but it was useless. It just ended up crashing into the cart. Damn it.
China is sending soldiers to Ukraine to prepare for a Taiwan invasion, reports The Hill. According to the publication, a former Western intelligence official has revealed that about 200 Chinese soldiers are fighting on Russia's side in Ukraine. This is how they are gaining combat experience ahead of a possible invasion of Taiwan. Although the U.S. considers them mercenaries, the source claims that the officers of the Chinese People's Liberation Army are there with Beijing's approval, studying tactics and interacting with the Russian military. Experts emphasize that the Ukraine battlefield offers the most livid and brutal evolution of the revolutionary and seesaw battle between unmanned weapons and electronic warfare defenses. CNN confirms a story previously reported by Bloomberg. The U.S. is ready to recognize Russian control of Crimea as part of the U.S. proposal to drive an end to the war with Ukraine, an official familiar with the framework told CNN on Friday. Trump's envoy Keith Kellogg on Ukraine's NATO membership in Fox News interview, "You will not be part of NATO. It's off the table."
I'll give you one example. The example is we've been very clear. NATO's off the table. You're not going to be part of NATO. That's something that's not new. We've been talking about that since 2008 when Ambassador Burns told Condoleezza Rice this was a bridge too far. I wrote about it in 2013. But there's workarounds. There's workarounds you can do and workarounds you can work. So you don't want to start with a problem, throw it out there, and there's no solution to it.
The EU could replace US aid to Ukraine by increasing contributions by just 0.2% of GDP, says Christoph Trebesch, director of the Center for International Financial Research at the Kiel Institute. A murderer in church. His sins are unredeemable. What do you think he prays about, if at all? Because of Putin, millions of Ukrainians cannot go to Easter service. We have curfew, and Russia destroyed or damaged hundreds of churches, killed almost 70 priests and pastors. Russian forces have started using North Korean M1991 multiple launch rocket systems MLRS in combat operations against Ukraine. A Russian serviceman published footage of the launchers from North Korea, whose video was obtained by Ukrainian journalist Yuri Butusov. The video captures the North Korean launchers fitted with improvised metal grills designed to shield them from drone attacks. The 240mm M1991 was introduced into service with the Korean People's Army, KPA, in the late 1980s as an upgrade to the earlier M1985 system. Open-source assessments estimate that the KPA operates around 200 M1985/M1991 units. The designations M1985 and M1991 were assigned by U.S. intelligence and do not reflect the system's official names, which remain undisclosed. Pyongyang sought to replicate the Soviet 220mm Uragan system, and the resulting designs formed the basis for the M1985 and later the M1991. Technical information about the 240mm projectiles used in the M1991 system has largely been inferred from Iran's Fajr 3 system, which is believed to be a licensed version of the M1985. The M1985/M1991 rockets are approximately 5.2 meters long, with an estimated range of up to 60 kilometers. However, North Korean sources claimed in 2024 that the missile's maximum range had been extended to 80 kilometers. The M1991 launcher carries 22 rockets and is typically mounted on a Chinese CQ-25290 truck chassis, itself a licensed copy of a Romanian vehicle. The system is operated by a two-person crew, in addition to a driver and commander. Over the past 20 months, Russia is believed to have received between 4 and 6 million North Korean artillery shells via maritime routes established between the two countries.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.